Hi friends, it's the world according to Ox. Just wanted to run through the Facebook group called Tree Climbing Competition. Here's some of the posts that have been up this past spring. This is a place where Facebook users can post the events that are coming up in their neighborhood and some of the results. So for example, here's one from April 20th, 2024. Wow. Looking back in the future, this is an old video, isn't it? So here we are, we're looking at the Rocky Mountain Chapter Tree Climbing Competition. If you were to click on this, you would go straight to their website, and it totally gives all of the details at Collier Park in Longmont, Colorado, July 11th to July 14th. That's an example of what you can find on Tree Climbing Competition. Scrolling down, here's a little video from NAOM in Charlotte, North Carolina, about April 19th. And it just shows the people getting ready for the night ascent. And so, you know, NAOM, of course, is not ISA, and ISA would not be having you climb in the dark. Due to liability concerns. So, scrolling on down, here's the Japan Tree Climbing Competition, put on by John Gathride's group over there. He's just created this huge movement of tree climbing and training with the Japan Training Institute. And this one is April 19th, 20th, and 21st. So it's already over. It looks like they have quite a few sponsors there. And then the posts, you know, there's all kinds of people that hit like Chris Coates and Eric Palacios, Mario Wagner, Haldane, and other people. Now here's one from Malaysia, the Asia Pacific Tree Climbing Championship. Now that just happened like a couple, wow, that's like today. It's ending today. So these are the 9 people from Malaysia. So they just announced the results today. That was fantastic. Scrolling on down, here's Alabama. This one's going to be happening in October. So tree climbing competition helps you by pointing out what's happening next. Now here's Domenico in Italy. He's giving you the workout necessary to keep your body in shape. Domenico has this fantastic international tree climbing, recreational sport climbing group. And he's actually looking for sponsors around the world. So thanks, Domenico, for showing what it takes to stay in shape. Here's one. Midwest. This is in June, over there in Oklahoma. It's coming up in Tulsa, June 7th to 9th. And you can click on the Midwest Chapter International Society of Arboriculture website to get details on that. You can click on their website, and moving on is an announcement of the upcoming Rocky Mountain Tree Climbing competition. And like say we were to click on that, for example. Looks fantastic, doesn't it? There's some repeats in here. Here's the NAOM rulebook. Wow, this is an amazing document. This is one of those flip books, and in 2024, internet publishing really has taken off. So NAOM, this is version 2. They posted version 1 in Arb Climber magazine about a year ago, and now this is the updating. It's got an accompanying log where you actually document your hours in the tree. And NAOM has this amazing prerequisite. It's the masters, and you have to show that you have experience doing this kind of stuff before they'll let you in one of these trees. There's a page for each event: throw line, open ascent, which happens at night, aerial rescue, with the score sheets. And then the overall Masters, there's 2 Masters prelims events, and then the 3rd Master is the final day. And then, of course, NAIOM requires that all the judges run through the event up in the tree so that there's no amateurs on the ground with clipboards and stopwatches that don't really understand the proclivities of what it takes to get through some of these trees. Even a whole section on definitions. So going back to the Facebook group, here is, okay, so this is a pre-announcement of the one that just wrapped up in Malaysia. We're going back in time. And it has been posted by the New Zealand Arboricultural Association because those people are involved in this Pacific Island region. And here is version 1.0 of that same rule book that we just saw. And if you want, you can go back and track the changes that have occurred in the 1.5 years since it was first published to when the current version was published this year. Now here's a post by Dave Lotz, and he's talking about going out to training. And actually, some of these really dedicated climbers, they do training. Here's a video of David's knot exercise. All of these photos and videos are pretty much amateur. There's really not... Whoa, he's retrieving a rope. There we go. All right, let's go back to our listing. Oh my goodness, I have just shut us out of there. Ha! Okay. Well, okay, let's talk about some other stuff on Facebook. Here's an interesting group called Old Growth Tree Climbing. And of course, this is the Ancient Forest Society. And if you were to click on here, you go straight to their Instagram page. There's all kinds of data. This is the Lake Tahoe neighborhood group that is involved with scientific research. Here was a story on NBC News, and this was organized by David Malarch out in northern Michigan to do propagation for giant sequoia trees. And so here's a little screen grab I took. I didn't take these pictures. I've taken a few of the pictures, but mostly I stole these pictures. Here's a fascinating picture of a climber in a cavity in a giant sequoia tree in Sierra Crest, which is a neighborhood near Bakersfield, California. It used to be privately owned. It's just been taken over by the National Park Service. And Joe Drinkord says, I took that picture. Hey, Joe. Joe's also from Michigan. Thanks, Joe, for hanging in there. Joe's been a contract climber around the country for a long time. Here's some English stuff, I believe. Ancient Forest Alliance. No, this is Australian. Oh no, sorry, wrong again. This is Vancouver Island, British Columbia, Canada, and just some fantastic pictures. I want you guys to see that some of this stuff. This is incredible photography here. This was a spruce tree, a pictorial that they just published, just came out, and here's Finn Rowlands. I believe he might work for the Bartlett office up there in British Columbia. This one, you can't really see the picture very well on my camera, but there's climber up there. Here's climbers up in the top. And let's see what's going on. All right. So running back to the Facebook group, Old Growth Tree Climbing, we invite you to join that. If you join, then you can post. If you just look at it, it's open to the public. You can see stuff. Here is a job announcement by Neil Peterson and National Science Foundation job position studying ecological memory in old-growth forests in the northeastern U.S. And so they're going to be looking at LiDAR data as part of the Biden administration executive order on mature and old-growth forests in 4 different national forests: Cherokee, Superior, Gila, and White River, in the coming 10 months. And this person is ready to be hired. Boy, I imagine it's already going. Reviews will begin January 22nd. For now, it's an 11-month limited term position. Now, here's a disaster video on TikTok of a guy having an accident. And this is not climbing, but I thought that it was pretty important because the massive scale of these trees can involve some risky situations if you don't watch out for yourself. This guy really screwed up here, and I hope he's okay. Now here's Domenico again. He sent in another version of his work, and he's got a picture of his group, which he calls Green Travel, and the International Tree Climbing Sport Federation, ITCSF. You should go to that, ITCSF, and find out about that. Arbor Expo has just concluded in New Jersey, and here's an announcement of that where you can go and take classes. There was one class, I believe, by Ryan Torsicolo, March 27th, 28th. Oh, a pre-conference day was 26. So it was a three-day event. Fantastic. And here is wow. So here is a video by Chris Henkel. And Robert Oxman edited this video down into a little 5-minute clip where it shows some people climbing in giant sequoia trees. We don't always want to say the names of the people, and we don't want to say the locations of the trees. But this is a fantastic video, and you will only find stuff like this on the Facebook group called Old Growth Tree Climbing. So here it just shows a bicycle hauling routine where the foot ascenders are used to haul up a 600-foot rope. And when you're climbing these big old honking trees, you kind of need full spool lines. So then they strung a high line, and the rest is history. So thanks to those guys for taking that video and allowing treedoctor.com to edit that. Here's a guy asking for recreational tree climbing partners in, obviously, England, the West Sussex area. And one of the answers was, that's pretty close to Paul McCartney, who lives on the Isle of Wight. So maybe we should go ask him. For all of our friends who know Canopy Meg Lohman is a scientist who has done 30 years worth of research into old growth forests. And she now has an initiative to designate old growth forests as part of a network, the Old Growth Forest Network. She's based out of Sarasota, Florida, and has several books out there. Thank you so much, Meg. She's one of these really forward-thinking people, a very powerful woman who has overcome a lot of obstacles and continued to improve the science of arboriculture. I just love this one. This is this is a pre-climb discussion, and whenever you're developing plans, safety is a big part of it.
Well, I'm going to do climb system with my.
Okay, so they're talking about it. I'll just mute that, but it just shows some people getting ready to climb this giant sequoia tree, and they're discussing their strategy. They have climbers in 2 different trees, and they pull that rope across and set up the hammock. So safety is accomplished by good planning. So this movie goes on for a couple minutes. This was one of the ones that I happened to be there to film and captured on the Sony RX10 Mark IV CyberShot camera. That was fantastic. Wow, was I ever lucky to have been allowed to tag along to that group. Okay, and then there's a bunch of comments there. And then, okay, let's just keep going since this is old growth tree climbing. This is what you get in the Facebook group, Old Growth Tree Climbing. Yes, yes, yes. Where on earth do you get to tag along up in the top of these trees? So here's his camera. Oh, yeah, yep. See, the camera does actually everything. Hopefully I'm more like a tripod. In this particular one, the camera was sitting on a tripod. That was probably the best decision that I made. And then also, this is in 4K. 2160p resolution. So if you are watching this on a phone screen, you're not really getting the best information. Make sure you click on the YouTube browser on let's just show this. All right, so right down here is the gear icon. See that? See where my mouse is scrolling? If you click on that and go to quality, click on 2160p 4K, and then also another thing that you can do is stream this onto your TV. You can stream this right onto your big screen TV. So this is the kind of video that you want to be watching on a big screen TV. The camera has a 25 power lens on it, and it let me get way back on the ground and watch these guys up in the trees. All right, what else? Oh, here's more pre-event publicity for Arbor Expo that happened in New Jersey in March. Here's some Australian people. Oh my goodness, yes. The Australian people are doing scientific research, public awareness, and they're influencing public policy to get the government to modify their plans for destruction of habitat. Native habitat is extremely important. So even though a lot of the recreational tree climbing happens in the old growth trees, the outcome can be to educate regulators and decision makers. Here's destination trees. So this was my this was my effort to do guiding, and unfortunately, the turnout at this event was pretty meager. I think there's a publicity issue. This is my signature photo here. I did not climb this tree, even though I'm hanging from a rope. This is as high as I got off the ground. I'm a retired redwood tree climber, so I don't climb anymore. But I did pose for this. This was a staged photo, and it was great fun to be in there. Here's some stuff. I don't actually even know what this one is, but it looks like some type of hemlock. Oh, and Frank Budding even says some sort of hemlock, and Nick Hatch says, yes, the hemlock flowers. All right, moving on. Oh, he did a quiz. All right, we're going to take that out of there. Here's Tracy Emmerich Takuchi, and I don't know her. I know she's from the Riverside, California neighborhood. She's a consulting arborist, and love to meet this person someday. There was a comment about how to improve this group, so boom, we put them in as moderators. This is an announcement of a splicing workshop to train people on how to splice your own ropes. Thanks to Mark Prescott, who I've never actually met Mark, and I don't know how to pronounce his name. But this is Cody Martin. He's just he's fooling around up in this 9-foot sugar pine called Sugar Mama. And this was last October 2023 on Forest Service ground out in southern Oregon. And we climbed this tree. I should say we, not me, but there was about 8 or 9 people. And there is a report on climbing this tree in the current edition of Arb Climber magazine, issue number 24. Oh my goodness! So here is some people climbing Montgomery Giant, and Montgomery Giant was the first old growth tree that I ever saw climbed, and I didn't shoot this. This is very old. This is Jamie's video. Thanks, Jamie, who has the Rope Guru splicing company up in Saco, Maine. Jamie sponsored the Treehouse Project climb. He donated a bunch of rope from Yale, I believe it was. Yes, 7 spools of rope. Thank you. And we had about 20-something climbers climb that tree using that rope. So here is a couple of Jamie's pictures. Boom! There is Mike Teddy and Scott Chappell. There's a person there, right there. Of course, this is a phone video. Here's Mike Teddy going up there. I got to climb this tree. Here's Mark Muskie and AJ Remy out of New York. And Mike Teddy again out of New Jersey. So this tree, I got to climb this tree with Jerry Baranek. Probably, when was that? That was in 2002. This is 2 trees side by side. One of them is 10-foot diameter. The other one is 20-foot in diameter. And I got to go up there and clear out some dead wood. And there's our group. Fantastic group of people. That's what the tree, pair of trees. So it's the Reynolds triple. The larger tree immediately splits off into 2 trees, into 2 stems. So and then the 3 split off up above. Jamie Goddard's photos, not mine. All right, so what is this one? This is Matt Beatty. Okay, Matt Beatty's out of British Columbia, Canada. This was a photo that appeared in a magazine submitted by Dylan Saito. I believe Dylan was the editor of Pacific Northwest Trees magazine for a while. Thanks, Dylan. And then people put their own photos in comments. That was a photo by Luis Galvan. Okay, here's Tim's group, Tree Climbing Planet. He actually does accept clients who want to climb in the old growth trees. So if this decision stimulates, if this movie stimulates you to want to climb a tree, go to treeclimbingplanet.com and pay money to be escorted up into the top of the tree. Here's Corey Cardinal wants to climb Big Lonely Doug, and he needs a way to shoot a line. Yes, so I guess some of these people that are watching this video know that I've been involved with spreading the use of crossbows and other line launching devices around. And here's a redwood tree near Santa Cruz, California from Tree Climbing Planet. More Matt Beatty. This guy's a Ukrainian arborist who has 15 years experience, and he wants a job in the United States under the program Uniting for Ukraine. So also in 2024, there's a war happening, and there's been a lot of international press donated to the war where those people are trying to save their country. And I put in the hashtag Stand for Ukraine. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Okay. Sorry about that. Stand for Ukraine. Here's a little video with Evan Clark, who's playing Spin the Bottle. Here's another one called the Black Fox Sugar Pine. Let's see what we can do with this one. We can just jump forward. Yeah. So this was my kind of famous moment where I did the spin. I was just refining my SRT, SRS technique back, when was this? This was like 25 years ago. But there was a camera person there. Yes. Yes. And whenever there's a camera person there, like Jerry Baronic, you will go to his movies, which are on the treedoctor.com YouTube channel. And Jerry is the regular Pied Piper of old growth tree climbing. Here he is right here, helping set the lines. This is an 18-foot diameter tree that is about 30 feet away from State Highway, Pacific Coast Highway. There's Lance Wallace and John Sanborn, both from, there's Charlie Potter from Kansas. Yes, I'm going to get out of here because I could spend all day on this. All right, close this down. And old growth tree climbing on Facebook. Here's Roger Barnett's comment. He was one of the photographers there in 2002. Here's Joe Aiken's Arborjet Journal. Joe's a historian, I believe. He's probably going to be giving a presentation at the ISA conference in Atlanta, Georgia, coming up in August of 2024 for the 100th anniversary of the International Society of Arboriculture. Meet me there. Come on down, friends. I'm going to be there. This was, let's see. We're exploring right now. That isn't there, so we're going to cancel that. Let's see what we've done. Yep, so we're out of there. Well, thanks a lot, friends. I just wanted to take you on a little tour of media on Facebook. Thank you so much. And I am going to get out of here. Let's see what... This has been 27 minutes. Oh my goodness, 27 entire minutes.